as it's the first time we interview you, could you present briefly the history of your band? Because I think it might interest our readers to give them hope that they can succeed like you if they start a band.
Oh, right. Skillet started in 1996, and we were a side project of several different bands. And it was actually my pastor at my church said to me, he said, "Hey, Jon, you should start a band with this other guitar player from a different band." And I said, "You should write some songs together, see how it goes." And so we ended up calling the band Skillet because it was like, he said it was like cooking, taking all these different ingredients out of all these different things and throwing it all in a big skillet and making something new. So that's how we started, and Skillet basically, most of our success probably came from us just continually touring all the time, coming back to the same cities over and over and over and over, trying to get more and more people to come. And I think that's how we stayed around for so long. We treated our fans well and give our fans a lot of access to us, and try to put on a good show, and write about things that we believe. And I think that's why we've been around for so long.
Sure. In French, Skillet sounds very cool, but people don't know what it means.
Right.
But in the US or English-speaking countries, it may be different. Do you get fun or poked about it?
Oh, not as much anymore. We used to just get strange looks, like Skillet.
Yeah.
But we've been around for so long, people kind of know the name now, which is nice.
Okay. How did you keep your motivation intact for the last 20 years of playing music?
Well, it's actually easy. I just love music, and I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Music really moves me and speaks to me, and I got involved in listening to Christian music when I was about 15 years old, or 13 rather. 13, and I loved Christian music, and God really used music to help me through hard times in my life, and I just always thought, if I had a chance to play music, I would want to sing songs that could help people, bring people close to God, or songs they could relate to in hard times they're having, and music is really the only thing I've ever felt that I had done well. And so my motivation to keep playing, I love performing, love playing on stage, getting the crowd excited, and hearing the crowd sing your songs is the very best thing, on stage. And so honestly, I really love it. And I've seen music change people's lives and change their hearts, And so because of that, I'm always extremely motivated to write a song that God can use to help someone else.
So when you write a song, you kind of expect it to move people. You write it in that specific purpose?
Yes, I hope so. Not every single song, but in general, I think as an artist, whether you're writing songs or painting pictures or whatever you do as an artist, you put a piece of who you are into that art.
Sure.
No matter what you're doing, that you feel passionate about expressing. And so because of that, yes, I feel that in general, my songs would be used by God to help people because it's who I am. It's a piece of me. So not every single song I write. Sometimes I write silly songs or a love song or something that I think just sounds cool. Like we have a song called Monster. I think that just sounds cool. I feel like a monster. It does have meaning to it, but I don't expect it to necessarily move someone. So yes.
Cool. As in every art, not everybody likes it. So how do you cope with criticism?
The only criticism that really bothers me is that there are still, maybe not a lot in America, but there are still some Christians who have a real problem with a Christian playing rock music, or a Christian, dressing the way I dress, or have tattoos or earrings or something like that. That's the only problem I have. Or else that maybe some Christians think that maybe Skillet's music is not Christian enough. Like we don't talk about Jesus in our songs enough. Or they say, well, I don't, we have a song called Hero on our last album. And they say, well, you never say that Jesus is your hero in the song. And they get upset about it. That's the only criticism that really annoys me. Other than that, if people don't like the music, I don't care. Sometimes people don't like the music because we are Christian. You're right, like on a tour like this. So fans say, hey, you shouldn't be playing. That doesn't really bother me. I just think, what, if they come see us play, they'll get over that. They'll enjoy the show, and they will see the Skillet's not really preaching at them, but we are proclaiming our faith in Christ through our music. And I also talk about Jesus at my shows, but they won't mind once they see us, so I get over that.
Sure. But still, I've learned that you would select some people to help you filter your demos you write for your albums. So is it because you're afraid of people not liking your music, or you want them to help you, I don't know, very hard, rock hard, or be more mellow? So why don't you, as a band member, with your other band members, select the songs?
I didn't quite understand the beginning of that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've read on an interview that you would select a few people you really trust to help you select
to
the
pick
demo.
the songs. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, well, that's what in America we call it A&R. There's a guy, your label will have a guy, and he helps pick the songs. Say, I don't like that song, or you don't have any good songs. And so he is somebody that that would be involved in helping choose those. Producer, same way. And sometimes I get, like, I wrote 72 songs for the last album. And I just felt there was no way for me to pick. There's no way. I just don't feel objective. I don't know which ones are good and which ones aren't. I like them all because I wrote them all. So some of that comes down to me going, okay, let's all get together and see. And we certainly have a say in what we want. There are songs on the record that they didn't like that I liked, things like that.
72 songs is insane. It's an insane number.
That's too much.
What would you do with all that? B-sides?
Maybe. It just depends, I think it's because we took so long between records. We could have recorded the record a year earlier and chosen from 30 or 40 songs like normal. And I actually think that we waited a little too long to release, and it gave us too many songs to choose from.
But on the other side, you can release now 3 albums.
Yeah, that's right. I thought, well, who knows? Maybe we'll do a B-sides, or they'll show up on another album down the road, or someone else's record.
I wanted to talk about the band members. We talked about Jen earlier, but you were playing in the band with your wife, so that's cool. I'm married too. I would love to do that. But does it affect in some parts the way you handle the band? I mean, if there's a few further between, I don't know, your wife and the bassist, the drummer.
Yes.
How would your relationship with her affect that, the way you would handle it?
I know what you mean. Yes, that would be. There are challenges. The thing that is unique about Skillet is that me and my wife own the band. So I'm the only original member from the band. And so the good thing is a lot of times bands fight about, whose songs are going to get played and writing credit and things. And we don't fight about a lot of that because me and my wife write all the music and we own it. So that's a very good thing. But it does have its challenges. There are times when we disagree on music or the way things should go or how to handle, and the fact that you're just always together. It's a wonderful thing, but it can be a hard thing as well. Spending too much time with someone is hard. So there's a lot of challenges that come with it. I think we do extremely well with those, and I do think it really helps that we have such great band members. Jen and Seth are like family to us, and we all get along. And I think that it seems like a family. And we also have 2 children that are also here. They're on the road with us as well. Yep, they're here in France, and they are 11 and 8 years old. And so it really is kind of like a traveling family, you know. So it's hard work, but it's wonderful. We get to be together.
So they move all the time with you on the road?
Yep.
Children? How do you manage their school and their relationship with other people?
Yes, it's hard. You know, we do kind of we call it homeschooling on the road, and they do very good at it. You know, but it's a lot of work. We have a nanny that comes with us and helps take care of the children when we play, and helps teach school and things like that. Jen, our drummer, helps teach school to my son during the days. So, you know, it has its challenges, but it's really great because we get to be together. And my kids are extremely amazing, you know, little people, and they've seen the world now, and they've been on tour with, you know, Nickelback and Toby Mac and Mercy Me. You know, they've seen the world, and they've been with all these amazing people. So they're very smart, and they're very what we call it, social. They're very social, and they could come in here and give you their opinions on things. You know, they seem kind of very old for their age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have your own tour bus? I mean, maybe not here, but
yeah, in America. In America, we do have two tour buses. One has me and my family and our drummer and the nanny, and then everyone else is in the other bus. So it's not really a family-only bus, but it's basically family and girls, because our drummer's a girl.
So how is it to play in a band with some girls?
Well, it's great. You know, funny thing was that when we first were getting you know, my wife joined the band early on, and some people were kind of it was very unusual. It was 1998. And you didn't see girls in bands at that time. You know, we got a girl drummer in 1999, and people didn't like it at first, you know, because it seemed like not rock and roll. And so I actually think it hurt us for a while. I think that sometimes we would come in with, not with Christian music, but with mainstream music, secular music. We'd come in with these bands, and we'd play, and I think fans and radio station, at first they were like, that doesn't look like a rock and roll band, and you know, they don't have tattoos, and it used to hurt us a little bit because it was very soft. But now it really helps us. Now people love it, and they go, you got to see the girls in Skillet because they rock, you know. So it's in America we call it a double-edged sword. It means it's good and bad, but it's very great playing with girls. I mean, again, I get to be with my wife. And if we didn't have a girl drummer, that means my wife wouldn't have any girls on the road, which would be pretty hard.
True. So we can talk about your last record now, Rise. Before we say, I've noticed a funny thing. It's like almost I could hear some on it. I was wondering if it was intentional on the production side. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
On the singing or on everything?
On the singing, every time you sing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you...
I don't know. It might just be my voice.
Maybe I was wondering if you... Yeah, like it was coming from your nose every time you were singing. Yeah.
My wife says I have hard S's.
Well, maybe.
If you're sick of it.
It's like a live.
Yeah?
Like a live too?
It must be my voice.
All right. I haven't noticed this before. So
know.
I was wondering, maybe it's the production, because you're not producing that album. You haven't?
No, I didn't. Howard Benson produced our last 2 albums.
Why? Why have you stopped doing that? Because you were producing your own albums before.
Oh, yeah, I've done a little bit here and there. Yes, I did. I co-produced Comatose, which is 3 records ago. And I produced one other record called Alien Youth, years and years ago.
So you're pretty big, very much involved in music now.
Yeah. I do quite a lot on the production side. My wife and I both do, and I love that. I enjoy that. Sometimes I feel that I just need another person, again, that could be objective, that can come in and say, no, I don't like that. Yes, I like that. And truthfully, it gets harder. The more successful you get, the more you have
Criticism.
people telling you what to do from the label and I feel like I need to get a producer that I trust, so the producer can argue with them because they won't listen to me.
I see.
That gets very hard. So that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted a producer was, for instance, when we were going into making Awake, the label wasn't happy with the songs. Management wasn't happy with the songs. I was getting pressure to go do a bunch more writing, and it had already been 2.5 years since the last record, and I thought we had great songs, and they were driving me crazy. And so we got Howard Benson to produce, and then Howard said, we've got great songs, and then we released it, and it was the biggest record we've ever had. And I always go back and say, I told you guys we had good songs. They just when something sells, everybody wants to get involved with it, and sometimes I wish they wouldn't.
I see. So she said I only had 20 minutes, so we're almost done.
Okay.
So now it's the part of the fans' question from our magazine. So the first one, a guy wants to know how you have your voice, and he wants to know how many cigarettes you've smoked to have that voice.
I have never smoked a cigarette my whole life. I just sound like this, since I was young, actually. In fact, my younger brother is 4 years younger than me, and he doesn't sing at all, and we sound just alike. We talk just alike, I should say. But I do try to take care of my voice. I drink a lot of water, and I went to see a throat singer and throat doctor and make sure, and I just learned from that. A lot of it's just normal things. Drink a lot of water. Don't drink a lot of soda and alcohol, things like that that's bad for your voice, and don't eat late at night because you sleep and acid reflux, and those are the things that I've really learned. Is just try to take care of your voice and don't push it.
Sure, good tips.
Yes.
So someone else wanted to know when will you do a French tour?
I don't know, but we are talking for the first time about coming back over next year and doing festivals and possibly looking at doing our own European tour.
What about the Hellfest next year?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I have not really been that involved with it. I just know my manager said, hey, this tour was meant to help get people to notice who we are.
Sure.
And now they're noticing and people are calling, asking about some festivals, and I think we'll be coming back probably. I'm not promising, I'm saying I think we'll come back next year at the very least and do some major festivals and probably do some of our own dates.
So now it's just a work in progress.
Yes.
All right,
but I think we'll be doing that.
In France? Or Europe?
I hope so.
Because you will be doing a Russian tour, so we're a bit jealous.
Where's that?
In Russia? You will.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are doing Russian tour.
So
next we leave in a week.
You will drink vodka. Watch out.
I'm not into that, but some of the guys will.
It's very strong.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Last question, almost. You said you didn't have tattoos at the beginning of your career, but now you do have. Does it represent something?
Yes. Well, they all mean something. This says forgiven, which is kind of obvious what that is. This says fear God, and I'm going to get this hand done eventually, and it will say love God.
Sure.
So we should love and fear Him. And this is fire fury.
Okay.
Which I got these done before I wrote the song. So I wrote a song based on that, So yes, they all have something that they mean to me, and I just waited for a long time to get tattoos because I didn't know how long I would have this job. And I thought, well, what if I can't get a job? So I think I've officially been doing it long enough that after 10 years, I thought, it's been 10 years. I'm going to get a tattoo now.
Sure, great. Well, last question now. What could you say to a French band, Christian band, of course, who would love to?
Love to do music?
Yeah.
You know, my advice to young musicians, no matter where they're from or what kind of style they want to play, is I just want to encourage them to write something that they believe in, you know, and take it seriously, because music is a powerful weapon. You know, we see music existing before the world was created, apparently, you know, because Lucifer was the chief musician in heaven, the Bible teaches us.
Chief musician?
Chief musician in heaven, yes.
I didn't know that.
And so music apparently was before the earth, and we get hints in the Bible of us worshiping and singing to God, you know, in the afterlife, which makes me say that music must be eternal, right? So it will always be. And so music is a very powerful weapon, and I just want to encourage especially young Christian people, musicians, that God wants to use them and their music. You can use it for good or for evil, you know. So have something to say, something you believe in, and ask God to use you. That's my encouragement. Work hard at it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes.